Getting out of your comfort zone might be going to social media. It might be posting on Google. It might be looking at your SEO to get yourself out there more. Where is your comfort zone holding you back? What is stopping you from moving forward? We need to look outside ourselves and we need to acknowledge what's not working for us. Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, coaches, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to the needs of you, the practicing natural therapist. We have interviews during the holiday season and business and mindset support each week, so you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe to receive the weekly episodes. And if you want to connect with me, always check the show notes because that's where you'll find the links to book appointments and, of course, to join the Academy, the membership group where there's constant connection and community with like-minded practitioners. Now, let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the bite-sized podcast. How the devil are you? So here we are at start of May, and you may be coming back to listen to this in 3 years' time, and it may be December, but here we are in the start of May, and inside the Confident Practitioner Community, the renamed Strictly Education and Support, because it is all about being confident as a practitioner, isn't it? Inside there, we just had the conversations with a number of practitioners. And those conversations will be turned into podcasts in July, because I know that some people don't like being on Facebook, they don't like being in the Facebook group, and they love listening to podcasts. And I've got to be honest, the quality of the podcast is better. So when I'm in there talking to them, one of the questions that sort of comes up in my own mind, and I think in other people's minds, is when we step out of our comfort zone, how do we do that? How do we step out and create other things? It's almost like being someone else when we step out of our comfort zone. I say to my daughter when she wants to do something, I'm like, I think of someone else who's good at that thing, who's a friend of hers. And I will say, babe, channel Catherine. Go and do it, but channel Catherine, because you know what she's like. She would go and do blah, 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 blah. So try and channel her. And sometimes she ignores me. Obviously, she's my daughter. If you have a daughter or a son, then you'll know exactly what being ignored is like. But actually talking about is the idea that when we step out of our comfort zone, we sometimes are channeling someone else. We're channeling an idea. We're channeling a concept. We're channeling something we've seen or learned, or we're channeling something that is a huge idea that's just happened. There's a huge wow moment. I have to go and do this. And then we get scared when it comes to it. So one of my mentees recently in the 90-day program says she wants to get more out there. She wants to see more people. She wants to be more in control of what she's doing. She wants to earn the money, all of the things. So she's joined my 90-day program. And I regularly have a maximum of 6 people at a time doing the 90-day program, because I like to give those people my time and my energy, and I like to make sure that they're getting what they want out of the program. So if you want to be in the program, you just message me or book a focus call and let's go through what would suit you best. But back to what I was saying, she put it out. She was like, I've got to do more. I'm like, well, let's put it out there. Let's offer yourself, see what's happening in the community. And so then she was invited to speak at a library, and she was terrified. She was utterly terrified by the whole thing. And so I was like, well, why don't you speak for me? I wanted her to speak last week. And she was like, oh no, that's too much. I'm like, but it's online, it's not in person. But no, it was that one step too far. So we talked about her channeling other people, about feeling strong about what was going on and all of the things that she could do to support her own inner fears, that inability to step up and do what she needed to do. And she stepped up. She did great. People loved her. But it is really going out of your comfort zone, isn't it? And part of going out of that comfort zone is figuring out ways we can do that. So it might be that you need help and support. You might need to go and see, she went to her GP, she spoke to me, she spoke to other practitioners, and she did her own systems of EFT and sorting herself out and healing herself. So we have to look around ourselves because we have to get out of our own way. That's what it is most of the time. It's getting out of our own way. We see something that we think, yeah, I want to do this. This is something I'd love to do. Oh, but I can't. Oh, but what about? Oh, I haven't got time. Or what about this? What about that? But some things, when we're putting things off, I shouldn't say something. What I should say is when we're putting things off, we need to look at why we're putting it off. And it might be that it's out of your comfort zone. It might not be that you're too busy. It might not be that the kids need you. It might not be all of those things. The things you're telling yourself, the things that you're allowing yourself to stop you from doing it, that stops you from putting it outside of your comfort zone. But it might be that that first step is too big. Like with this practitioner, she's like, no, I can't speak for you, Geraldine. It's just too much for me. I can't do it as yet. But that's cool. Because she thought about it. She said, well, I've got to do this first. I've got to do this speaking gig first. I've got to know I can get through that. And then I have to work on myself to be able to do it. So she looked at her issues. She looked at its fear of being in front of people. She's working through those issues. She's recognized the problem. So can you recognize what is stopping you right now from going outside of your comfort zone? Can you stop, take a breath, and go, why am I not doing that? Is it really that I'm too busy? I mean, we can find time for, a binge on Netflix or to go out for lunch sometimes or to do other things, to lie in the sun or just sit staring out the window or play a game on your phone. If we can find the time for those things, then we can find the time. We all only have 24 hours in our day. We have to find the time. And it means organization and it means recognizing what is holding us back, why we're not doing something. I am going to talk more about this, I think, next week. I think I'll talk about our inner critic next week. I think that's another whole podcast. But what I want you now to think about is, what is that thing I want to do? What is that thing that will stretch me out of my comfort zone? And I think for a lot of you, it's doing a live, because you look at your social media, it might be that you don't want social media. I don't want social media. I want nothing to do with social media. I'm not doing any social media. And then at the same time, you're going, I want more clients. Now, social media might not be where your clients are hanging out, simple as that. But it's a good idea to have a presence on Instagram. So just having, you could do one of those block panels with 9 pictures, and that's of you saying, come and do something. And that's all you have on there. And you never go back there again. You don't post on there, or maybe you put something on the story, but you don't put anything else on the page. That's fine, because people want to check you are who you are and you are where you say you are, so that they can follow you, they can check you're real. I had one woman come to see me because she looked me up, she Googled me, she found me on Google. That's where I get all my clients, is Google. So she found me on Google, but then she backtracked to check that I was the right person. She realized that one of her friends was one of my friends, and so she booked in an appointment. So getting out of your comfort zone might be going to social media. It might be posting on Google. It might be looking at your SEO to get yourself out there more. Where is your comfort zone holding you back? What is stopping you from moving forward? We need to look outside ourselves and we need to acknowledge what's not working for us. So what is holding you back? Number 1. Number 2, what can you think or attribute that being held back to? And 3, how can we work around this problem? Rather than just smashing through the problem, it might be that you don't want to go live, but it might be that you record something first and then upload that. Maybe you're a perfectionist. Well, done is better than perfect, because not everybody's going to see it anyway. So what is it that's stopping you? And are you just getting in your own way? And how can I help you? How can I help you get out of your own way? Is it that you're not feeling confident with clients? Is it that you're worried about what you're prescribing, and so you try and see fewer and fewer clients? I've got a group for that. I've got a community group where we talk about our clients and everybody helps you out. It is so supportive. The people who've been in it, some of the people have been in it for 5 years, and they don't need it anymore. They don't need to discuss their clients and what they're giving their clients. They know their niche, they know their area. But if you've got a community of supportive naturopaths, there's literal nutritionists or coaches or whatever it is, there is nothing better than that to help you to break through your comfort zone and to reach the next level for yourself. So I want you to really think about, what am I holding myself back in? What am I stopping myself from doing? And I think in our next podcast, we're going to talk about quieting that inner critic and how we can do that. Because as always, this is the Bite Size Podcast. We want to keep it nice and short and sweet. I don't want to take up too much of your time. If you have enjoyed it though, please scroll down and do like a 5-star review. That would be lovely. Thank you. If you're feeling less than 5 stars, I'm surprised you made it all the way to the end, so don't leave a comment. We're all friends around here, aren't we? But if you need my help, book a focus call, email me. I always respond to my emails and I love meeting people. So I'd love to meet you too. So have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day and whatever you're up to. And I know that you can succeed in what you've put yourself out there to do. And I know that you want to reach further. I know that you want to achieve more. And I'm here to help you do that. So let me know. Great chatting. See you next time. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.